Yo, what's up? It's the King, baby, and today we got some more info on Hogwarts Legacy, this time in the form of a Q&A, so to speak. This article was posted on the Wizarding World website and focuses on answering some of the community's main questions. Some like, how do I choose my house, or what is the main plot of the game, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first question they address, which most of us already know, is when does the game come out and on what platforms? For those who don't know, the game releases February 10th on the Xbox Series X and Series S, PS5, and PC. If you buy the Deluxe Edition, however, you can play the game 3 days early, meaning the release date for people like myself who are so hyped they must have it as soon as possible is really February 7th. As for the last gen consoles like the Xbox One and PS4, they needed a little extra time and they won't be releasing until April 4th. And for the Nintendo Switch users, yeah, your version of the game won't be released until July 25th. So if you're a Nintendo only kind of guy, you're gonna have to wait some time. Sorry. Now the next question many have been asking, including myself, is how do I choose my Hogwarts house? And the answer to that was pretty simple. You go to the sorting ceremony and you choose your house yourself. Not entirely surprising. But as a Harry Potter nerd, myself, I wish I could take some sort of quiz beforehand and have the sorting hat decide based on that. But I understand it's a video game and the player should have a choice. Plus, I'm a Hufflepuff and I would be saddened to see myself be put in Ravenclaw, for example, based on my answers. Not that I would answer like a Ravenclaw anyway, but you never know. Either way, it's good to know that all players will be able to choose the house they want to stay in. It's a very good decision. Another question people have asked apparently, and I've really thought myself, but I didn't actually think this could happen, but can I link my Wizarding World account to the game so it carries my profile over? And the answer to that question is yes, you can link your account to the game and therefore bring things over like your house and whatnot. This was a big surprise to me as I thought for sure they wouldn't do something like this, but I'm so happy they are. And the follow-up question to this was a major win in my book and very surprising. And the question was, can I bring in my Wizarding World credentials in the game? And the answer was yes. They said that you can bring your wand in the game, which was a massive W in my book. As for the Patronus, they did not say, but it would be a great surprise if it was brought into the game, especially for me, since mine was a freaking tiger. Like, dude, what Hufflepuff do you know that has a tiger as their Patronus? I mean, that's crazy. Either way, it's just a great decision. I can bring all those things over from my profile on the Wizarding World website. It's just a very cool thing that they're doing, and I didn't think they actually would, but I thought to myself, hey, it'd be cool if they did, and guess what? They are. So be excited if you have an account, and make sure you link it. The next question had a long answer, but good info. It was this: are there any in-game rewards that I can get? And the answer was that there are two types that you can get. One is if you link your Harry Potter fan club account, which I do have, you can get a house fanatic robe and a beak skull to wear in the game absolutely free. Now those are the cosmetics that we saw in some footage earlier, and they look pretty cool, so I'll definitely have to link my account for that. As for somebody who has a fan club account, this makes me very happy that I can do this and very easily get these items for free. If you don't have an account, go make one now. It's just very easy to do. Again, it's free. So yeah, just go ahead and make it. And the second way you can earn in-game rewards is not free. If you pre-order the game, you can get an Onyx Hippogriff mount in the game, but if you pre-order the Deluxe Edition, you not only receive that, but you get 72 hours early access, a Thestral mount, a Dark Arts themed battle arena, and Dark Arts cosmetic set, and a Dark Arts garrison hat. So, if you can spare the $10 extra, you should 1000% buy the Deluxe Edition. You get a really good amount of stuff, and 3 days of early play. It's well worth it, in my opinion. Another question that some have asked is, what type of game is Hogwarts Legacy? And the answer to that was, Hogwarts Legacy is an open world RPG that invites you to be at the center of your own Wizarding World story. You can attend classes, duel wizards and witches, create things, level up, take care of magical creatures, fly, make friends, make important decisions, and discover ancient secrets. For many people such as myself, we already kind of knew what type of game we were getting, but some did not, and they answered that for them. And now they know what type of game they're getting. The complete package of a Harry Potter game that so many, including myself, have waited for so long. I cannot wait to do all these things listed above and then some. Next question that a lot of people, myself included, have been wondering about is, what is the plot of Hogwarts Legacy? And to that they said, well, as the title suggests, your legacy is what you make it. But there are indeed many fascinating storylines running through the game for you to discover. So far, we know that you are a 5th year Hogwarts student who may hold the secret to an ancient secret that threatens the wizarding world. We've also been able to see a few subplots mentioned in the game, such as a reference to the Goblin Rebellions and a number of characters with their own secrets. This intrigued me very much, because up until now, we thought that the Goblin Rebellion was the main plot, but it seems that it is just a subplot here, meaning that there is a greater main plot that we will discover for ourselves. I must say I'm very excited to see what it is. I know for sure I'll be doing a lot of side stuff, like exploring the castle and doing side quests, but I am definitely still pumped to see what the main story will be. It's very mysterious, and I can't wait to check it out. And somewhat of a follow-up question, people have been asking a lot of, why am I starting as a 5th year in Hogwarts Legacy? And the answer to that was, why indeed we suspect it's pretty important to start as a 5th year and being allowed to join Hogwarts so late. It was also revealed that our character will receive a field guide from the Ministry of Magic to help us catch up on our studies. If the Ministry is helping us, we must be important. They also go on to reference that we do have some sort of mysterious talent that no one else does that can unlock a dormant power. So it's pretty obvious here that they're trying to be secret and vague, and they don't want us to know more than we have a special gift. Sure, I get it. Let us discover. That's fine by me. I kind of prefer it that way. But I also have a theory of my own. Obviously, we are special, and they know something we don't, hence why we're allowed to attend Hogwarts so late. But I also think it's from a gameplay standpoint as well. Imagine we start as a 1st year. You know, we don't get that much access to spells and classes and what have you as a 1st year. You know, you're just a 1st year, right? You don't know much. But as a 5th year, we can do so much more. We are older and more experienced in magic, I would assume. So that makes it make more sense to be able to explore the castle and grounds and have the knowledge of spells that a 1st year could only wish they had. Either way, I cannot wait to see for myself what the story has to entail. Now, obviously, we know that, we're coming in as a 5th year. We don't really know all that much yet about Hogwarts and whatnot. But I feel like we still have some kind of knowledge about magic, and we're probably a little bit more advanced than a 1st year would be. But I could be wrong. Maybe we're on their same level. I have no clue. Either way, from a gameplay standpoint, it just makes more sense. Another question some may have asked is, when is this game set? And to that they said, the game is set in the late 1800s, which is about a 100-year difference between the year we are playing in and when Harry Potter was in school, which was in the 1990s. However, Hogwarts is an old school with a lot of history, so even though there is a 100-year difference, you'll be sure to see a lot of things in the game that you did in the movies or books. For example, ghosts, portraits, and old rooms. Most people already know that the timeline we were playing this game in is in the 1800s, but some do not, so they had to clarify. As for me, I am sure there will be plenty more I recognize in the game that was in the books and the movies, like the layout of the grounds, the layout of the castle, so on and so forth. Also, there are some people that go to school at this time in the lore that we may recognize. A young Dumbledore, for example. There was also a clip found online showing a young Weasley child. We know the Weasleys are a very deep, pure-blood family, so it would not be surprising at all to find out it was actually a relative to the Weasleys we currently know. Very exciting indeed. The next question was, can you fly in Hogwarts Legacy? And the answer is, of course, yes, you can fly. On a broom, a hippogriff, and a thestral if you pre-order the deluxe edition. As for playing Quidditch, however, that is not a possibility. So yeah, this kind of sucks. I was really wanting to play some Quidditch, but we've known this for a little bit now. You can't play Quidditch. They didn't develop it for the game. They said it would take too much time to develop. Like, it would be like developing a whole nother game if they took the time to do it, which I can kind of understand. But hey, at least I can explore to my heart's content on my hippogriff, which I plan on doing quite a lot. Another question that we have asked for a while, but have also known for a little bit now, is can you cast dark spells in the game? And the answer to that is yes, you can. You can cast Avada Kedavra, Crucio, and Imperial, all 3 unforgivable curses, and they have devastating effects. You'll also meet a character named Sebastian who is rather adept at the dark arts. It'll be your choice whether or not to follow him. So yeah, this is pretty interesting to me, because you really can be a dark wizard if you so choose, and I would love doing that in a second playthrough, but personally, for me, first playthrough, no shot. I'm going to be the good guy. But on the second one, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that there's an option to do this in the game. Next question was, what kind of classes can you take? And they said you can take many lessons, including potions, charms, defense against the dark arts, herbology, history, magic, potions, and beyond. Whew. So this was an obvious one, but it is good to know for sure that we can take these classes and more. My main question is, what benefits do we get from taking these classes? I mean, they said that taking classes in this game is optional, except for in main story missions, but they have to have some kind of benefit if it's just optional, right? I mean, like XP or like traits, skill tree, what have you. Like, there's got to be something. There's no way I'm just taking this class just because, hey, I'm going to take this class. Like it wouldn't make sense, right? I mean, I would probably do it a couple times just because I want to be in this world and I want to do that as my character. But after a while, I'd be like, okay, if I'm not getting anything from this, I'm not doing it, because I'd rather be exploring the castle or the grounds or doing side quests or whatever, something that's more beneficial for my time. Either way, can't wait to play this freaking game and do classes. Another great question here. Are there any characters I will already know in Hogwarts Legacy? And the answer to that was yes. There are some you will already know, like some portraits and ghosts, the Red Baron, the Fat Lady portrait, Peeves, and of course, yours truly, Nearly Headless Nick. So this is good to see, even though they weren't major characters in the books or the movies. I mean, they were there, but they weren't like front and center, you know what I mean? And they still made Hogwarts feel more alive. And knowing that they will be here as well in the game makes me happy, because it would just make me feel that much more like I'm actually going to school at Hogwarts. Like, dude, all the minor details, man, they add up, and it's the icing on top, dude. They're really taking their time with this game. I'm very excited. Next question that we have all asked at one point is, what are the new characters in the game we'll meet? And they said, from goblins to house elves to new students and professors, you will make a lot of new friends and enemies. There's also like side footage we have seen with a student that has a last name Pruitt, and that is Molly Weasley's maiden name from what we know. And there's also a character with the name Rookwood, in which there was a Death Eater named Rookwood in the books. Is it just coincidence, or did we do this on purpose? Yeah, so this is clearly done on purpose in my opinion, and my guess is we will need to meet these characters later on, and they will give us info that basically confirms that they are indeed in fact related to the characters we think they are, and it will be a cool moment, of course. As for the earlier part of the answer, I am interested to see how many companions in total we will meet and make friends with, and of course how deep these relationships will go. Another question was, what kind of creatures can we encounter? And they said so far we have seen Neasels, Nifflers, Hippogriffs, Dragons, Graphorns, Mooncalves, and Trolls. Some are nice and some are nasty, and there is a place you can take care of your magical creatures that you may find. So yeah, they didn't say it, but I'm positive that we will find many more creatures throughout the game, and as far as how many we can take care of is a whole self-discovery in itself. The next question is, where can I go in the game? And to that they said is this: the game promises to give you a deeply detailed and rich exploration of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, celebrated with much love and care by the game developers. But you'll also be able to venture outside of the castle grounds. You can practice your dueling battles in arenas, cautiously triaps through the Forbidden Forest, or go for a spot of shopping in the Hogsmeade Village. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to do in this game and many places to go. And I, for one, am probably going to spend most of my time in the castle exploring every nook and cranny I can. As for somebody who has read the books 3 times and has seen the movies more times than I can count, I am so ready for this game. And the final question was, how customizable is our avatar in the game? And the answer was, very much so. You can go into great detail in the character creator, and of course you can wear a ton of different cosmetics. This is a nice thing that they're doing here, because a lot of the character creators in games are pretty bare bones. But I think they wanted to go more in depth here, because there are a lot of people, including myself, that want to experience Hogwarts and all this game has to offer as ourselves. So we want to look the most like ourselves that we can. And obviously, cool cosmetics are a nice touch as well. I'm going to be wearing a lot of different stuff. Maybe some different clothes every day, you know. Depends on how much they put in the game. Either way, look what they're doing with the game, man. All these tiny, minute details are just adding up. Everything is adding up. I'm telling you, man, this could be Game of the Year. Seriously. It's going to be up there. So, there we have it. A lot of questions were answered here, and I must say, even before this article came out, I was already hyped. But this just helped to hype me up even more. from the customization to the exploration and even the Wizarding World account linking, which was a big surprise, I must say many questions were answered here that many needed answers too. The one thing I am still waiting on, though, is PC gameplay. I really hope it's a good port, but if it isn't, I can always play this on my PS5. Anyway, fellow wizards and witches alike, I hope you enjoyed the video and the article, and if you weren't already excited for this game, you should be now. We are only a month away, well really less than a month away when this video comes out, from the game that many of us have wanted for so long. I'll be live streaming this game on day 1, February 7th, on my Twitch, which I will have linked down below, and I'll also be making content on this game on YouTube. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and until next time, the king is out, baby. Peace.